Welcome back to the live hour live stream. Oh my god, am I glitching? Oh my god, I really hope I'm not glitching. Anyways, I'm your host, Raphael, and today we're going to be having a very special guest, Lighthouse, aka Aldo, right? So, those in the Litecoin community, of course, will already know who Aldo is. And oh my god, what just happened? God, it's not the light hour live stream if something doesn't happen, right? If something a little dramatic doesn't happen, of course. But yeah, I'll be back. Anyways, so y'all give me 30 seconds. Let me get whatever this bug is sorted so my video can come back. Boom. And I'm back. Holy smokes. Okay, before I begin, I just want to know, guys, am I lagging? Am I lagging? Is there a lag between what I'm saying and you know my face, my video? Oh my god. I thought I sorted this out. I'm just trying to reload that. Okay. Oh, okay. That looks better. That does not look very lag. Oh, okay. That's a bit of a relief. Anyways, I will just redo the intro. Yeah, this friggin' sucks. Anyways, I'm gonna redo the intro right now. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Welcome to the Light Hour live stream, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Raphael. And the Light Hour live stream is a live stream that we host on the Philippine Finance page every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays around 5 p.m. EST or 4 p.m. EST, dependent. We usually announce whatever time is going to be like way ahead of the stream so that you can have time to adjust and attend. The Light Hour live stream is a live stream where we talk about Litecoin related topics, right? It's a Litecoin chill zone, our little Litecoin hangout where sometimes I get to hang around with you guys, solo streaming. And sometimes, like this episode, we get to have a special guest. And today we have a very special guest, who's a very special person. And he is Aldo. So I'm going to show his page right up on the screen. I'm going to share my screen right now and try to show his page so you can see him. And I'm gonna give a little intro. He's gonna be joining us in a little bit, right? So yeah, so y'all gotta chill a little bit, but yeah, I'm gonna show his page right now. So look at it. All right. So I'm gonna just show. Oh, okay. So this is Aldo. This is Aldo. This is his page right here, Lighthouse. So I'm going to give you okay, I think he's here. He's here in the background with us. So he's going to be joining the stream in a little bit. But yeah, before I bring him on to the stage, right? Before I bring him out to the stage, I just want to show his page. So this is his profile. Aldo Lighthouse, and is a sound money advocate, a fair lunch maximalist, and focused on, and he's focused on decentralized crypto ecosystems, mostly Bitcoin and Litecoin. And yeah, he's actually been a very, hardcore Litecoiner for a very long time, and a very important voice in this community. So, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to introduce to the stage, Mr. Aldo.
What's up?
I could do the applause thing. Hold on.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm good. Hold on, I have to do the applause. It's gonna be like okay, that's the applause right there.
That's awesome.
Yeah! Welcome.
Is that like a soundboard? You can like choose different effects.
So welcome to the
Oops.
show, man. Welcome. I just want to
Okay.
say, it's can you hear me? Am I lagging?
Yeah, I think there's a little lag. Can you hear me?
Ah! I worked on this before I joined the stream. I did. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. 1 second. I'm gonna have to rejoin this. Whew.
I'm not sure if it might be my internet. I'm not sure. Is that Master in the chat?
Yep, I'm back. Okay, so we have MK, XPL, and Master on the stream. Love you, Fleepified. Oh man, appreciate you, my bro. Appreciate you, MK. Bro, you're the dope, man. Appreciate you. Oh, Master's here. Says, "What's up, guys? What's up, Master?
What's up, Master?
Welcome to the
Can you hear
stream, bro."
can, can you hear me, Raphael? Because also I was trying to test out my mic
Yep.
before
Can
coming,
you
but
hear
I'm
me,
not
or
sure if
am
it
I
works
still
okay.
lagging?
So I heard you, but it came
Yeah, it works perfect.
like 10 seconds after.
Oh boy. Hopefully it stabilizes. I don't know what I can. Okay, I think it's stabilizing now. I really did work on. Oh my god, is it better now? Is it better now?
I think so.
Is it
Can you
better
hear me
now?
okay?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay. Oh my god,
Okay,
it's
I think
not the
it's
light
better.
hour live stream if there's no some. If there's no network lag drama, it's not the light hour live stream.
This is what makes it fun, right? How are you?
I guess.
How
I
have you
guess.
been?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Welcome to the stream, brother.
Thank you, thank you. Good to finally talk to you. And
Yeah. So I want you
face to
to.
face, kind of.
Okay, sorry. All right. I want you to just introduce yourself to the audience, like real quick. For those, for the few that might not know who you are, right? Let's say the tourists that are just joining the stream. So just go ahead and introduce them real quick.
Yeah. So my name's Aldo, and I'm a pretty big Litecoin advocate who joined the community at 2017. That was like the crazy bull run we had back in the day, and I kind of just fell in love with the fundamentals, the principles of fairness, and all that, and I'm still here today. I mean, I've helped out the foundation with some articles, marketing stuff in the background, and we're still here, going hard. What's it been? 8 years later. It's been almost 8 years since I joined the Litecoin community, so it's been a wild journey. How about you?
Okay. I don't know if I'm still lagging again or if you can catch me.
I think there's just like a little lag. I mean, like your image is frozen,
Holy,
but I did hear your voice.
what is?
I guess it kind of like comes and goes.
Right there. I'm gonna try. Oh boy. I'm gonna try one thing. Okay, I see my image freeze. So Master says my email my image freezes. Yes,
Yeah,
I'm.
it freezes, and the audio also like cuts off. Like I can hear like one word, and then like the rest kind of cuts off. Like for example, right now it's like dead silence. What's up, Master? How are you? Can you hear me okay?
Okay. Does this fix it?
I hear you okay. But it's
Do
cutting
you
off
see me
again.
okay?
It's like kind of like lagging, like cutting off little by little by little.
God.
Like you're fine for a few seconds and then it
Okay,
just
okay,
freezes.
okay, 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 okay. Oh God. I did work on this.
It's all
I
good.
did.
It's all good.
Psst. Yeah. Want to cry.
Dude, don't worry about it. Shit happens.
Yeah, but I'm switching between ISPs and it's just like
Does it usually get better? Like whenever this happens, like after a couple of minutes, does it usually like just start working?
so yeah, I think I fixed it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
This
okay.
this this
I
better
hear
be the
you
help
okay.
me that I'm hoping. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Fantastic. All right, man. I guess this is gonna be the official beginning of the stream, right? Because now I feel like we're gonna have a good chat with no interruptions. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to you guys, the audience, for being very patient with me. Okay. This phase of lagging is gonna pass. Okay, it's just the phase is gonna pass. But yeah. Uh, Although we were talking about something before, I got cut off, thanks to the lag, and that was about your journey, which you shared with us. And I did, in fact, hear the entire thing, and I think that that's actually pretty cool. Actually, I like. I'm gonna say I take a lot of inspiration from you, based on the fact that you're one of the people in this community that actually has a very principled perspective when it comes to Litecoin. Having you talk about Litecoin a lot when from the perspective of the ethics and all of the things that principles of fairness, fair distribution, sound money, and all of this type of things. And it's a perspective that I've been increasingly adopting over the past few months. I don't know if anyone's been noticing, like my understanding and perception of Litecoin has been like evolving in real time. And yes, your perspective has actually been a significant resource in helping shape my understanding of these particular ethics that Litecoin stand for. And so you asked me a question the other time, but I couldn't catch it because then it glitched up. So I don't know if you could repeat that question.
Yeah, you had asked what my story was, but I was curious what your story was about how you got into Litecoin.
Oh, I got into Litecoin when I started using Litecoin, right? It was a business decision, right? Because it was good for me and it made my business better. And it was when, around 2020, 2021, when, because in Nigeria, when we had the pandemic, everyone was in their houses. And so, stuck at home, you're bored, you have to learn something, right? And that was when I started learning crypto more seriously because I was with in an MLM crypto thingy with the business that I used to work with pre-pandemic, and then they had this little crypto thing, but I didn't really understand it till like pandemic, where I had to start learning Bitcoin and Litecoin and Ethereum and all these things. But Litecoin was just like a footnote, right? I didn't really have any serious perception of it or concept of it. Uh, and then the forex boom started, and everybody and their moms in Nigeria wanted to start trading forex. And then we were having some forex academies just spring up, like I Am Academy and Tradera and all of these forex academies were just coming up everywhere, and I joined one of them. It was I Am Academy, and I got in, and I was learning crypto. I was making a lot of money from crypto. Obviously, I mean, 2020, 2021 was like the easiest time to be in crypto, and that was so kind of like my introduction. So it was very sweet times, and so riding off that high and confidence of like doing really well in my crypto, trading, I got into the forex market, and it was just every single one of their trainers, they weren't really trading, right? And they weren't really making money trading, and a lot of them were just losing money. And I'm like, okay, you know what, this is a gold rush here. Why should I come gamble in this trading market when these people want to trade but they don't know how to fund their accounts, right? Because the forex accounts, they're going to take Bitcoin, they're going to take USDT, they're going to take Litecoin, but they're not going to take like Naira. So a lot of these people want to trade forex, but they cannot convert that Naira into crypto. And so I'm like, okay, I'm not going to trade forex with you guys, but I can provide this service where I can help you convert your Naira into Bitcoin because I already know how to use crypto. And so that was a little business I was able to create from that opportunity. And I started using Bitcoin as my way to fund your accounts and all of that. But then Bitcoin was very expensive. So sometimes, because whenever I'm calculating cost, I'm going to calculate the fees inside. And so I have to calculate the fees and I have to add like a little premium so that I could, make a little money off having my extra fees. And sometimes when I do that calculation, fees are even higher. I run a loss, but whatever. And someone requested Litecoin, that I use Litecoin to fund their account. And I had a faint idea of Litecoin, but I'm like, okay, why? But I just tried it anyways. And fees were very, very low, and it was very fast. I was like, okay. And Litecoin became the de facto standard when it comes to funding people's accounts. And so it was just very nice because then Binance was charging about $1 for Litecoin transactions, which is super higher than what was the network fee, but that was still significantly lower than the $12, $8 I was paying for like a Bitcoin transaction. Right, it was a lot lower, and so I could keep the fees minimum, and even when I kept the fees lower, I could still profit off the difference. Even more. So it was much better for business then. And so, that was how I got to use Litecoin and I got to experience it. But for me, it was never anything serious that I could invest in or I could put my money in because, all of the shiny things were shiny in 2021. Okay. And it's like, oh, it's DeFi. Oh, it's NFTs. And all of that, boom. Those are the things I was buying. Those are the things I was making money off of. Right. Yeah. And then came 2022. When we all imploded, and oh my god, it was beyond devastating for me. I can't even overstate it. And sometime in 2022, I don't know if it's 2022 or 2023, I don't remember exactly, but I looked at Litecoin and it was about the same price it was when I used to use it, because also 2022, all the forex the forex bubble sort of like crashed, and like very few people were trying to trade forex, so like the whole business sort of like went down with it. But then this Litecoin that I was using to fund these people's forex accounts was still about the same price it was when I was using it. And I'm like, oh, wait, hold on, why aren't you down? Every other thing else is down. Like everything that I'm holding is like down to freaking gutter. Why are you still holding some value? And that made me just think maybe this was something worth investing in. I opened the chart and I looked at it, and it actually looked very, very great. And so I had to go on Twitter, and I saw some dude screaming about how it's gonna go to 20 something thousand, 30 something thousand, and of course that's master. and I think, okay, this guy's a little nuts. But is there anything that is is there any merit to this? Is it even possible, right? And so I started looking into Litecoin a little bit more and started I stumbled on Ernst's page when he was still Why Litecoin, kind of like started understanding a little bit. And my Hail Mary was the point where I saw the network stats, right, of Litecoin and of Bitcoin. And I started looking at how well adopted Litecoin is, compared to Bitcoin versus, other proof of work chain. And that was when I was like, okay, I do believe that, wait, there's some severe value mismatch going on here. And, that's when I started having this feeling like Litecoin was extremely, extremely undervalued. And yeah, that's kind of been a rough summer of like my journey with Litecoin. And yeah, that's pretty much it, right?
That's incredible. And you usually don't hear someone getting into Litecoin from like that perspective. Like almost always, it's someone saw a master tweet on X. I mean, that probably attracted me to Litecoin too when I saw Master's tweets. That was a
Yeah.
factor for sure. But like you actually mentioned, like it was from actual like usability standpoint, right? Like you were operating a business and you saw how useful
Yeah.
Litecoin was. Like you don't really hear that too often. That's really cool. Shit, I
Yeah.
think it's freezing
And
again.
that's what I actually wanted us to talk about a lot. Like I wanted to focus this conversation. Okay, is it freezing? Okay. God have mercy on my stream.
Wait, I think we're good again. I think we're good.
Okay. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk. I wanted us to talk about a lot is talking about Litecoin from an adoptions perspective, right? Because I feel like
Yeah.
there are a lot of interesting. It's a very interesting topic and a very interesting angle that not a lot of people focus on because everyone wants. Most people want, of course, hype metrics. Everybody wants the price to go up, but I believe there's a more interesting story to be told, more interesting conversation to be had when it comes to its adoption. So I do you have an idea of like what Litecoin's adoption journey has sort of like been? Because I mean, how has it gotten to this point? I want to know what that journey was like in like for Litecoin getting to this point where it has pretty much become one of the most adopted proof of work money tree networks, if not money tree networks at all, in this crypto space. So like what has that journey been like for Litecoin?
Yeah. So yeah, it really has changed a lot over the last 8 years. Because say okay, in 2017, Litecoin had 6 years under its belt at the time, right? So I think 6 years of having been born, still kind of premature. Like a lot of it was still based on hype. So I remember I probably the first talking points that I heard were that Litecoin should be worth one-fourth of what Bitcoin is worth. I'm not sure if you ever came across that one, but
Yeah.
at the time it was always like, oh, Litecoin should be worth one-fourth of what Bitcoin was. That was one of the major talking points. That should be worth 25%, and silver to Bitcoin's gold was like the huge talking point in 2017. But Litecoin was also in the top four by market cap, so it was just like a completely
Yeah.
different time to today. Charlie Lee was like everywhere. Like I'm not sure if you were in crypto back in 2017, but like Charlie Lee was like super famous. He was like you know how Vitalik Buterin is like everywhere on the X
Oh.
timeline right now. Like he was like up there, and everyone was interviewing Charlie Lee. He was all over the place. But then I guess like that hype phase kind of calmed down, and then the last 8 years has been more so like the network's maturing. Like now it's not so much hype, but now it's actually usability. Like what you said, that you notice like it was useful, right? And the metrics are going up. So now we have a lot more data to go by, and on-chain stats are picking up. They've only been going up every cycle. So now it's I guess we've gotten past that like super hypey phase, and now it's actually like these are the stats, and we have the stats to back it all up. Litecoin is growing as a network, and I think that's much stronger than just trying to depend on temporary narratives.
I agree with you, honestly. Um yeah, like what has been how was the landscape sort how has the landscape changed from 2017, like between now and 2017 when it comes to like Litecoin, Litecoin's usage, Litecoin's adoption? How was that landscape sort of like evolved? Because the way I'm gonna perceive it, right, is because of course I wasn't here in 2017. I barely even knew what crypto was back then. but I can sort of like imagine it being something like, oh, Litecoin was was hyped, everyone's talking about it, and there's not a lot of people using it on chain. But like right now, it's like, what is that evolution being? Right now is like the opposite, right? It's a lot of people are using it on chain, a lot of people are actually using the network, but like there's not too much hype around it, right? So like, what is that growth kind of being? How have you seen the landscape sort of like evolve around Litecoin?
So I feel like in 2017 it was more like let's try to get Litecoin on everything, right? One of the biggest scandals was BitPay. Litecoin was BitPay wasn't trying to list Litecoin, so a group of of creators, I guess they wanted to form like a competition called LitePay. So basically, it was just like trying to get Litecoin on every platform possible, like that strive to get it adopted by like every institution, whatever. But I think by this point, I mean, we're already there. I mean, we're already like on everything pretty much. So I think at the moment it's just trying to get people to use it, I guess. I mean, but yeah, I mean, like I was saying, we have those stats already to back it all up. So at this point, I guess that the network is kind of like it's in a way okay. So like in 2017, it was like very hype oriented, right? But right now, I feel, at least in my personal perspective, I feel like this kind of confidence where I don't really feel like I have to tell people that much about Litecoin anymore compared to
Yeah.
2017. Like in 2017, I was like, yeah, Litecoin, and I would like argue with people on Twitter, like trying to convince them and everything. And right now, since the network is just doing its own thing, like it keeps on growing, I feel like I've lost that need to have to prove it to everyone because it's just doing its own thing. Like it's growing beyond what we thought was I guess was going to happen. Like it's just doing its own thing. I mean, it's still necessary, obviously, right, to have to like promote it and
Yeah.
everything. But there's just more of like a quiet confidence now that Litecoin is good.
hmm I want to ask this, right? Were you expecting that as Litecoin has, as Litecoin grew in adoption, we're gonna see like price sort of like follow progressively? Was that what you were expecting to happen over like the last 5 years?
Yeah, yeah. Honestly,
Yeah, I was like, how
I
is it?
think
How has it felt? The fact that it's actually diverged instead.
it's weird, and I have no idea what can explain that, but on a positive note, I mean, I think I would prefer to play it safe and at least like invest in a network that's growing on its own than something that you have no idea people are still going to be using like in a year, right? Like, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
price doesn't appreciate it as much, but the network's strong, so I guess that's a good sign. But yes, price it has been a little disappointing.
So I had a little thought right the other day when I was talking to a friend, and I said something that I think the fact that Litecoin's adoption is so robust kind of reflects in the fact that like the price is, it's almost like the chart is taking its time to build, right? It's not in a hurry to prove anything. And sometimes when I zoom out and look at the Litecoin chart, I mean, all of the fake outs we've experienced since 2022, 2023, like, oh, look at Aztec. Aztec just joined. Hey, Aztec. Hello. Thanks for joining us.
So,
Yeah. So all of the fake outs and everything, and you kind of like look at that, right? All of the emotional swings that came with that, and you just zoom out and you see an asset that's just consolidating like it's no man's business. Like it's literally like it couldn't be bothered to try to prove itself because it just knows that like it's building a very solid foundation. That's the way I perceive it sometimes. And that just leads me to my second question. My other question, because I don't even know. It's not the second. I've asked a lot of questions. So this is whatever other question in numerical, I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. This is the question here. So do you think the fact that a lot of people have used Litecoin and are using Litecoin consistently, do you feel like that is an advantage for Litecoin? Because some people have this notion that, oh, nobody holds Litecoin, but they just use it. For example, the Monero bros, they kind of like use it as a bridge towards getting their Monero. And it's the same with a lot of people that use Litecoin as like a way to get stuff, but like they don't hold it. So people will go, "Oh, yeah, it's like a hot potato," so no one's really holding it. So, okay, before I ask whether or not that's an advantage, do you think that's actually the case?
That it's an advantage for people to really be using it.
Okay, do you think it's actually the case that people aren't holding it, but people are just like using it for something? But because it's two questions, I want to first ask if that's the case, and then ask if it's an advantage, if that's in fact the case.
I mean, I think it is the case. I mean, at least based on how many people I've like say like on Reddit or like X, I've heard a lot of people say that they use Litecoin but they don't hold it. So at least based on what people have been saying, is probably true.
Yeah.
But
So is that an
but
advantage?
I think over the long term it is. Maybe short term it doesn't really affect so much, but I think over the long term it's beneficial because as each Litecoin passes from hand to hand, so say like for example, if that client wouldn't have ever asked you about Litecoin, right? Would you have ever discovered it? Or
Yeah.
say similar to say this guy really likes using Litecoin and he is his preferred crypto to send from like exchange to exchange. Like eventually, if some other platform starts accepting crypto or is thinking about it, like that's going to be like the first thing that they put in, and then that person's going to start to think more about Litecoin. So I think it's kind of like uh like someone who walks around the street and they're giving away flyers like they
Yeah.
might not really pay much attention, but little by little by little people start to ask, oh, what is this Litecoin, or people are using it, what is it? So it'll basically like increase the overall spread of the word, I guess. It's kind of like a religion in a sense,
Yes.
like you're knocking from door to door, right?
Absolutely.
Kind of like that.
Yeah. So like the Jehovah's Witness thing.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I think I've also tweeted before about how I think it's very easy for users to all of a sudden flip the switch and turn into holders. So imagine, I mean, these people that they're on a daily basis, they're moving crypto between exchanges, right? And they're using Litecoin. Imagine if all of a sudden one day they see the price go up 10%. Are they going to want to cash out that Litecoin? Or are they all of a sudden going to be like, hey, you know what? I should probably hold this Litecoin. So they already have it in their wallet, right? So I think it's really easy to flip that switch and just turn users into holders, even though they say that they're never going to hold it. But if they see price going up, they're going to hold it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope that's the case, right? But I think it
Yeah.
will be.
I pretty much agree with you. Honestly, like I said this in the last stream and the stream before the last. I'm like, this is the genius in Litecoin, the genius of Litecoin that not a lot of people are actually paying attention to. Like Litecoin, it has a way of making ordinary people use it. And in my opinion, that is much better advertising than you can possibly get from any KOLs or shields or billboards or anything like that. It's like someone has actually used it. That's a someone have used it for an economic activity of significant importance in their life. Maybe you use it to get groceries. You use it to fund a forex account. You use it to do this. You use it to do that. Like that is, you've used Litecoin. You have a history with it. Like imagine what's going to happen to that person when it starts going up. It's not going to be very difficult for them to recognize this, right? And they're even going to have a reference of, oh, look at the price it was when I used it. Oh my god, look at the price now. I probably should get some of that. So like that's like a lot of advantage, and that's why I feel like Charlie is very genius when he continues to like push for people to just use Litecoin. People don't understand how significantly important that is and how significantly useful that can be for Litecoin in terms of like spreading it. It's like, just use it, bro.
Yeah.
Just use it. And there's people that are using it that are not just people that are in a fringe ecosystem, where word can't really spread out. Like Litecoin is being used by people the world at large, right? There's people everywhere for different things, and that's in my opinion a very beautiful thing that Litecoin actually, in fact, as I really really appreciate you for bringing. It's almost like we were thinking the same thing.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of protocols that have made number go up their priority. Like we see every cycle, like time and time again, that a lot of protocols, they're mostly just focusing on bring the dollar value up, but they're not being that used, and they usually die out after like one or two cycles. Like they'll pump super high, and then they just die, and then no one really pays attention to them anymore. Like EOS was huge in 2017, and I think it just got delisted off of Coinbase like last week, which is insane. So I
Wow.
think it's a very good goal to first focus on users, building that up, payment platforms, all of that, and then I think naturally things will fall into place.
Absolutely. So I want to talk about like Litecoin's cross-border relevance, because I did watch your interview with 84 million. I watched your 84 million episode. I think it's a very great episode. I do like your story around how Litecoin was very significant for you. I don't know if I'm getting this right, but it was very significant for you when you were in college, in the university. Am I getting that correct? Yeah, and just like moving value. And
Yeah.
so just makes me, ask the question, how significant do you think Litecoin actually is with regards to cross-border payments? And from your experience in particular, I don't know, you could just share that with us. We could talk about it.
At least at the moment, I don't think it's probably as popular as one would think. Because I mean, at least from my
Oh,
perspective, I live in a very multicultural area. Like I live in the U.S., but I live really close to the border. So I live with a lot of like basically the Mexican community, pretty much. So a lot of these people, they still have no idea what Bitcoin is. Like a lot of people still don't know what
wow.
Bitcoin is, which is crazy. But yeah, to your point, I went to college in Mexico. So I'm from the U.S. and I was born here and everything, but I went to college in Mexico, and then I met my to be wife there, and there was a time when I was already working here in the U.S. and she was still in college, and then but I mean when I was in college over there, crypto was still very niche, so like I didn't even know about it, but once I started working over here, that's when Litecoin was picking up and everything, and she was still studying in Mexico. So I think she needed help. I don't remember exactly what she needed, like some materials or something for school. And I said, look, I'll send you money. Like, let's try it out. And I sent her Litecoin. This was my first cross-border transaction ever. And I mean, first I had to walk her through like opening the exchange in Mexico. I think the exchange was Bitso. I think that's the most famous exchange in Mexico right now. So she opened up her account, which was super fast. And then I sent her Litecoin, and she had that Litecoin in her exchange. She wasn't like stuck on the computer, like waiting for it, but I think like half an hour afterwards, she opened it up and like it was already there. And then the exchange, I don't know if they still have this option, but they have the option to cash out to an ATM almost immediately. So like she cashed it out to local Mexican currency pretty much right away. She went straight to the ATM and the money was already there. And this was like way faster than any sort of wire transfer that or like back in the day. I mean, I wasn't working in Mexico, so my family was helping me to send money while I was studying over there, and we would have to do like the whole like money transfer stuff, which would take forever. So this was like night and day difference. And at the time, my wife, she knew about like or she knew about crypto superficially, but didn't really pay much attention to it. But ever since she saw how easy that was, like now she asks like every now and then like, hey, how's crypto doing? Like, is it going up? Is it going down? Like now she's actually invested like in its future because she saw how easy that was hands on. But I mean, we can hope that little by little, I mean, more people start learning about crypto and its benefits. But at the moment, unfortunately, it seems like it's just been a lot of people just gambling on its price action more than its usefulness. But hopefully, as each year goes on, more people can can start seeing it's actually useful for money transferring purposes.
That's actually very interesting. So, something that I heard from there was a friend of mine, because I was also because I have the Litecoin conversation a lot in whatever circles that I may have. It's pretty much an annoying brand of mine at this point. That it's like there's a 1 in 2 chance that an hour of conversation with me it's gonna end up with some Litecoin conversation in it. And so I was talking about Litecoin being used for cross-border payments, right? Connecting people across the world, economically. And so they were like, "Oh, what of stable coins, right? People are using stable coins." And so that really got me thinking, right? Because particularly with cross-border payments, right? It's one of the things people try to focus on is value preservation, because they're just trying to get money across. So do you think in the future, like what do you think it would take for us to eventually take over a significant chunk of this cross-border payments market and kind of like become the the dominant the de facto cross-border payment currency? So what do you think we will need to finally be able to do that?
Infrastructure, probably,
Hmm.
but I mean, it's just kind of difficult because regulations and all this. I
Yeah.
mean, most people are law-abiding citizens, right? So a lot of them don't want to bring up red flags like with their bank. Like for example, I have a
Yeah.
friend who works at a one of the biggest banks in Mexico, like the corporate offices. And the other day I was asking them about crypto. Like, are you guys considering integrating crypto at your bank and all that? And she said that right now they still view it negatively, and if they ever
Oh,
see
wow.
funds, and she's actually in charge of monitoring fraud like within the whole banking ecosystem at that specific bank. And she said that anytime there's some sort of money coming from unknown sources, so whether it be like a crypto exchange, that they don't recognize, which is probably most exchanges, uh, they automatically have like an alert system placed. So,
Mhm.
and this is, I mean, and this is what most people use, right? So, I
Yeah.
mean, I think this is going to be like a century-long play that's going to have to take place, where people just stop using the banks in general. But I mean, you have to have every business accepting Litecoin directly, let's say. So it's going to be a working process. We have a long road ahead.
Absolutely, absolutely. I believe so as well, and I think that's sort of what makes it very exciting for me, is the fact that it's we have a very long road ahead. Plus, it's one that I believe that there's a lot that we're aiming for, but we're on the right path, right? Because one of the things that makes Litecoin unique in this space is the fact that the people that are adopting Litecoin in the community really do know that they're adopting money. They really have that belief that this thing I'm adopting is money. This is sound money. And I think that's part of the thing that makes me feel very comfortable building a platform, on the foundation of Litecoin. Because, in my opinion, that is much better. You can trust if this thing is being adopted as money, then it can give itself enough time to grow into its usefulness, as opposed to other things that are being adopted as whatever frail narrative or whatever frail idea, or people are just holding it simply because it's just a speculative tool. I don't know any other community in this crypto space that hold their coin and they say, "Oh, we're holding sound money. We believe this is sound money." And so I believe that that actually gives us a foundation that, if we continue to build upon like the way we already are, whatever improvements we're going to need to be able to fulfill our, you know, purpose as money even better, we're going to be able to do that like over time. And that's what I'm just looking forward to. So I believe that eventually, right, like you said, it's a century long move a century long journey, uh, you know, from us, from right now to when we eventually become like the de facto money. But yeah, it's something that I believe that it's possible, right? Maybe we shorten it, make it like a 40 year, so we get to see it in our generation at least.
We're gonna be having this podcast when we're 70 years old, talking about
Right, right,
everything that
right.
happened.
Right, honestly, it's gonna be very interesting to like look back at it and like understand where we will be back then, and like reflect back on where we are today, which brings us to another thing I want to talk about, right? So do you think that Litecoin will ever face any significant competition in our space? Because one other thing that makes me like Litecoin a lot is the fact that in its own niche, it's incredibly impossible to replace Litecoin. And this is something that makes me very comfortable like holding Litecoin, as opposed to, it's because there are multiple things. This is one of it, as opposed to holding something else. Because if you think about it, right? Uh
um, it's possible. I mean, everything's possible, but I think the game is becoming a lot more difficult. So
yeah.
time is such a big advantage. Like when you actually launch as a cryptocurrency, and for example, I mean, Litecoin, say it's like the second oldest cryptocurrency still around today, right? I mean, pretty much every exchange has it integrated, and all these services. But for example, the last 2 years, I've been kind of paying a little attention to Bell's Coin, which was its merge mine with Litecoin, and just seeing all the struggles that they face trying to get integrated on an exchange. It makes me wonder about how difficult it truly is for like a new cryptocurrency to take off. So I think nowadays you have to pay like huge listing fees just to get on the exchange,
Yeah.
and even just to like get like on Coin Market Cap, like all these market cap ranking websites, I think you have to pay them now. So it's really hard for new cryptocurrency to make it nowadays. So I mean, it's always possible, right? But it's also really difficult to reach that level of adoption that Litecoin has, and that network effect that it's built over the last 15 years. But it's possible. But I just think it's probably unlikely. I don't know what you think.
I agree with that. I agree with that, honestly. And yeah, I think it's two factors. There are two factors that are playing what is ensuring that Litecoins. I mean, competition is possible, but it's very improbable. And the
Mhm.
two factors are, first of all, the builder factor and integration factor, like the adoption factor. I'm just gonna put it at that. So now the adoption factor are the ones you've talked about, right? How are you gonna get it on exchanges? How are you gonna outcompete these proof of stake coins that are funded with millions of dollars of VC capital? They have all of this. How are you gonna outcompete those guys to get your proof of work coin on exchanges, right? How are you gonna, compete with these guys to get the word out about your coin, right? Because these guys can literally pay influencers, pay all of this. How are you going to compete? How are you going to get it off the ground on adoption level? And then there's the personal level, which is the part that actually makes me even more confident that like Litecoin's ability to even, Litecoin's vulnerability to competition is actually very, very low compared to most things out there. The space has gotten too pervasive that for a builder to launch Litecoin, something like Litecoin, is literally it's almost impossible, because most people can like launch these proof of stake tokens with no risk to themselves, keep all of the supply, do a little private sale, make a lot of money off of that, right? Which is kind of like the driving factor. So that greed, that pervasion in the space, is just it just turns people away from the idea of launching a fairly distributed money. It just turns them away from the idea. Because like, how are you going to get, if you try to get VC funding for that, how are they going to corner the supply? Why are they going to put money inside of it when miners are just going to mine the coin for basically free, just at the expense of electricity, and then dump it, and all of your VC capital just disappears? So they're never going to get VC capital to get that off the ground. the incentive for them to spend all of that time developing something that they're going to launch fairly, you know, you know, why the incentive for them to do that as opposed to just doing going the easy route is just not there. So it's just discouraging for builders to even try it because of how pervasive space is. And it just gives me the confidence that, like, I mean, look at Casper. Now, Casper is one that they are really trying to compete with Litecoin and be in the space, which fine, I believe we can all win. But and there's a shortcut they had to, you know, the shortcut they had to go through in order to kind of like speed run the adoption. The emission schedule. You know, the emission schedule was put in a way that coins were emitted very fast, and you know it's kind of like done in that way so that they can speed run it all and create like this way for them to create this inflexive loop that sort of like, okay, there's a lot of coins that are coming and they can create a speculative way around it, which kind of work, right? But then they're going to be facing a budget problem, very soon. I think they already are facing a budget problem, and it's kind of like, Casper's good, but then the economics is kind of like a muted down, in my opinion, a muted down version of just trying to get as much tokens, as possible for insiders by creating this way where most of the tokens are just, emitted in the first few months or the first year, right? So you can capture as much of it for yourselves. And again, that's still going to create a significant disadvantage to the coin, as opposed to something like Litecoin, where the emission is kind of like, a bit more gradual, and like Bitcoin. And, these things just make me feel we're in this very unique position in the industry where competition is very difficult, like for people to compete. I mean, look at Ethereum Classic is still a thing because it's very difficult to even replicate just Ethereum Classic. It's extremely difficult to do that. Just Ethereum Classic, just Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. It's extremely difficult to replicate those. To talk more of Bitcoin Cash, to talk more of Litecoin. And yeah, it just makes me feel like that in and of itself should be a confidence, a confidence instilling factor, or should instill confidence in people so that we can understand that, we actually are very privileged to have, this advantage to ourselves. I don't think a lot of people really pay attention to it. But more people should be paying attention to it. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like this, at least this past year, I feel like grifters have been getting called out a lot more than like any other cycle.
Yeah.
Like people and like this, like people are starting to analyze the whole distribution scheme thing a little bit more in detail, it seems. And the other day, I think his name is Miles Duder or something like that. But apparently this guy, I don't know, I didn't really know who he was, but apparently he's like a crypto influencer, and he likes promoting projects all the time. Like I had never seen people go that all out on a crypto influencer before for like promoting like I guess he's like the kind of guy who always says like buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, but like it just keeps on dipping, like on like on a like a gambling coin or something. And I've never seen an influencer get that called out ever. So
Wow.
I don't know if it's this thing that people are just starting to wake up to like scams, and hopefully it just keeps on happening, that people start to realize that fair money is the soundest option. And yeah, I think Charlie Lee said something similar the other day, that he thinks that the fairest money is the one that's going to win. And I think I agree
Yes.
with that. That hopefully over time,
Yeah.
people start waking up and realizing that the most distributed money is the one that you're not going to get rugged on, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I really like that. The most distributed money is the one you're less likely to get rocked on. That is that should I should write that down somewhere. I'm gonna have to clip that. That's actually a very good one. So I'm really hoping, honestly, I'm looking forward to the market waking up on a large scale to this, right? Because in my opinion, Litecoin is, it's like the de facto anti-rug coin, right? It's everything you're looking for in a coin that's not gonna, that doesn't represent all of the pervasion and all of the grifting that's going on in this space. And I mean, before, we already know this, right? But just imagine what that's going to be like, the difference between now and that point where people finally realize this. Like, you think people are going to realize that, oh my God, why am I doing this? Why don't I just buy Litecoin? You think you're going to realize, a lot of people are going to realize at low valuations, or it would have run away to high valuations before people finally come to your senses?
I think so. I mean, it happened with me even this past year or the past 2 years. Like the meme coin frenzy was 2013, I
24
think. I
last
don't even
year.
remember. It's 2014. So I mean, I
Oh,
also
oh,
gambled
oh,
on
okay.
some meme coins. So and I lost money. And even me, I was just like, why didn't I just put that into Litecoin? Like I'm an idiot. I mean the hype and everything, but now I don't want to buy any more meme coins. So even that happened to me. So if that happened to me, I mean I'm sure it happens to other people. But I just hope that like the word Litecoin at least somewhat comes up on in their mind to be able to make that allocation into it. Not like that they have another choice in mind that they're like, oh, you know what? Why don't I just move it into AVAX, right? Or Solana, right? Like I want Litecoin to be the
Yeah.
one
Oh,
that
yeah.
comes to their mind when it comes to I should have allocated to Litecoin instead, right? But I think it's just going to be a
Yeah.
matter of time, just as they keep on realizing Litecoin. I mean, although it hasn't had like its huge breakout, that it's at least a stable monetary asset.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that that's also something I appreciate about Litecoin is its ability to just stay stable. While we're in this consolidation phase. I really appreciate it. Not a lot of people appreciate it enough, but I actually appreciate it. I think that it's taken its time to function, in my opinion, as money in this consolidation, phase. And yeah, that's very underrated. Not a lot of coins actually do that, the way Litecoin does it. Not a lot of coins actually do it. So I like this thing that you just said, like they think like you want them to think, oh my God, why did I, why did I put in Litecoin as opposed to something else like AVAX or Solana?
Mhm.
And yes, 2024 was actually an interesting year because I actually did degen a lot 2024, and it worked a lot, honestly. I mean, I did well 2024, honestly, like degening and so many of these boomer alts, for not we call them boomer alts. 2021 coins, we call them boomer alts in the POS
Yeah.
space, right? Because I was very into POS coins, of course. I mean, those are the shiny things, right? So yeah, we looked at those as like, oh, this is a boomer alt from last cycle. Front run a lot of them, made a lot of money from those, and I also did a little bit of degenning, and it worked a lot, and then it stopped working, right? Of course, and that was my realization moments, because then and is because even when I was doing it, I started noticing that it was it became impossible for you to make money off of them because they just completely moved over from these coins that you could discover and that they could pop off to purely inside of pump and dumps. It was literally impossible to pick anything that was not a purely coordinated inside a pump and dump. And that was because like just kicked me out. I'm like, you know what, freak this shit. I'm not playing around with this anymore. So how do you think we can kind of make people's realization, whenever they get to this post gambling clarity moment of your meme coin journey, how do you think we can move them from that to, okay, you know what, I shouldn't have done this, I should have done Litecoin instead, as opposed to them, picking Solana? Like, what do you think we can do to make sure Litecoin is what they think they wish they had gotten whenever they wake up to this realization?
I think it's just a matter of continuing to put the word out. So I think thankfully one of the big things that happened this last year was the Litecoin Twitter account. Um, so the one that's at Litecoin, that one, that
Yeah.
account. I mean, it was actually dead for years. I think it was there was a time where there weren't any tweets on it for like 2 or 3 years or something like that. And then, but it had like almost a million followers. Like it's probably one of the biggest accounts in all the whole entire crypto space. And imagine that it was just kind of dead. Like no one was posting on it for a long time. So I think simply something like that that last year became active again, and just kind of putting the word out little by little, even though it's just it might not be like completely serious or there's like a joke. At least say anytime it kind of tweets on a trending reply, people start thinking about it more, right? So it's
Yeah.
just like little by little by little, like when you're driving on the highway and you see a billboard for a business, maybe the first time you don't really think much of it, but once you see it two, three, 4 or 5 times, it starts clicking little by little. It starts to stay in the back of your mind. So I think that's ultimately going to be the way to go. Just little by little, like stay on people's minds, and then eventually it'll click. They'll be like, well, okay, it's time to look into this now. And the videos you're making are
That's
contributing to that.
I hope.
The
I really
incremental
hope, honestly, because
oppressor.
I'm trying my best. All I can do is try. Yeah, I really like that one. I really like that one. I think that one's actually doing a good job with that. But I'm hoping. I'm also hoping my sketches. I supposed to have dropped the skate yesterday, but yeah, I'm not. I wasn't really feeling very well, so I haven't edited it. I just filmed it and clipped it and kept it somewhere. But yeah, the sketches. I'm also hoping to do something with the sketches as well. Hopefully, when the attention comes, we can sort of like have that going around. Uh, you know, but yeah, I really hope we are all doing our best. I mean, you're doing your best to get the word out. I'm doing my best. So is Master. So is Bug, and Bug is in the chat right now. Bugly, what's up, Bug? And also Aztec, and CryptoCom. All of us, we're just doing our best, and I really appreciate that. So I also want us to talk a little bit about something that I know you don't talk about a lot on your page, if at all, which is price. Does this
Mhm.
current price structure bother you? Like,
Not
is it
really.
bothering you?
No. Uh, I mean, it's not super exciting, right? But I mean, I've accepted the fact that crypto is going to be with us our entire life, right? Like what we were saying earlier, that
Yeah.
when we're 70 years old, like we might be having these conversations in like 50 years, right? I mean, it's going to live with us our entire life. So I'm not in a hurry, and
Yeah.
I think it's just a trajectory, little by little by little. It's going to keep on going up, but uh, if anything, I mean, I don't know if it's going to keep on going down or it's going to go up, but just DCAing, it's hard to predict tops and bottoms. I don't know about you. What do you
Hmm.
think?
Personally, no, it's not really affecting me. And it's because, like, I mean, I have my hopes and I have my expectations. And hello, can you hear me? Am I glitching out?
Yeah, I can hear you okay.
Why? I think I glitched out for a little bit, right?
Just a little tiny bit, yeah. But I think you're good now.
Oh, okay, but I'm here. Okay, anyways. Yeah, so I have my hopes and I have my expectations. So my hopes are, you know, am I glitching?
No, you're good.
Okay. So my hopes are things work out, in the short term as soon as possible with the price, so we can be able to push ourselves up. Because my real anticipation for Litecoin is I'm really hoping that we can push ourselves up enough to start that conversation as soon as possible. And the conversation is Bitcoin, alternative. I want us to go challenge the narrative that we're designed to challenge, which is the challenge of what is the superior money, Bitcoin or Litecoin. So I want us to go high enough to challenge that. I want that to happen as soon as possible. However, I expect that because I'm hoping for this, I'm expecting that it's probably just going to get delayed as much as possible. And so I kind of have that balance to guide myself where, I'm both hoping for this, but if it doesn't happen, I'm not getting absolutely destroyed mentally, right? Because
Yeah.
then I'm not betting my entire I'm not betting my entire mental health on one outcome that may or may not happen at my time. Because as far as I know it, Litecoin can decide not to go up another 4 years and still be fine. And this might sound crazy to a lot of people, but people aren't paying attention to how robust Litecoin's foundation is, in a way that Bitcoin isn't even, Bitcoin isn't even that robust. We've got merge mining. These are coins that are coming together to, corporatively secure their mining infrastructure in a way that they will be very, very, well equipped to resist any form of, co-opting or takeover. Dogecoin, Litecoin, Bellscoin, the script family, S script family, being able to do this. And, it just allows Litecoin's network to continue to grow regardless of the price. Adoption is, also growing as well. Like more and more people are using it. So like it has the ability to take its time. It has the luxury of taking its time that other coins like Bitcoin or probably even Bitcoin Cash don't have. So we have to understand this. And it's something that, in my opinion, allows Litecoin, because I also think about things in terms of like, okay, when we start going up, when these things start going up, can this actually, if this actually replaces Bitcoin, because like it, of course, we know that it's a very, very distant dream that we replace Bitcoin. But let's just say in the hypothetical eventuality we do in fact replace Bitcoin, do we actually have the, infrastructure to be able to like survive, or to have this robust base that allows us to be able to hang in there, much longer, and sort of like help ourselves stabilize and just survive there. And if you look at something like Cardano versus Ethereum, Cardano never had that. Like Ethereum's, functionality and its, ecosystem and all of its stuff is just much more robust than that of Cardano. However, Litecoin, because we have merge mining, we have all of this stuff. Hash rate's gonna, increase exponentially with price if this actually, eventually happens. So hash rate's not, it doesn't really mean much, right? Because hash rate, versus how much value it's securing. And so I just see the possibility that we can get there, and we have all of these things that Bitcoin don't have. We can actually significantly replace Bitcoin and be there, and it's going to be very difficult for any other thing to really challenge, compared to like Bitcoin that is definitely having this fierce competition from Bitcoin Cash, that, Bitcoin miners can't even co-opt Bitcoin Cash if they wanted to, because it has this dynamic hashing adjustment, that dynamic difficulty adjustment it does to sort of like resist, people trying to take over the chain or something like that. So yeah, it's just something that makes me feel like, because of this, Litecoin just has so much potential to be able to stay at whatever high valuation it gets. So it also has the luxury of taking its time. But we, of course, most people don't want to hear that, and I understand. I mean, come on, I'm just a little baby in this space, right? People have been here before me, and these people have experienced stuff that I would not understand, right? People have been here and seeing Litecoin about 100 and something bucks when Bitcoin was just like, I don't know, a couple thousand, and still watching it at $100 below when Bitcoin is already like multiple hundred, $100,000, plus. I can't ever understand what that will feel for them, so I kind of get it. But still, we should try to just understand that Litecoin has that luxury to take its time, that many coins don't have, and it's there's a possibility it in fact takes its time. But while anticipating that, maybe we have that big break soon, and so we can be able to push the adoption even more. So, which brings me to another thing I want to talk about. Do you think we're going to be able to significantly expand adoption with price, with what we currently have right now in this community, or are there other things we need to build in order to be able to ensure that we expand adoption when the price expansion happens? Because one thing I don't want to happen is, we see a very, very quick come, quick go rally that happens within the space of a few months, and we cannot really significantly build anything on top of that, right? And that's what I'm really afraid of. I don't want that to happen. So I'm that's why I'm asking. So do you think we can actually significantly expand adoption with price?
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know too much about TA, but I mean, once in a while, you just kind of like listen to what like some analyst has to say, but it does feel a lot like Litecoin is a balloon like under the water. Like it just feels like someone's like holding that balloon under the water and continuously holding it up, holding it down, and then one day it's just gonna kind of break up, especially with all the usage metrics just going up. But yeah, I do think price is an important factor. And for example, let's say like 2017. I know that some people don't like talking about price, but I do think it's important also because 2017 was probably the largest influx of Litecoin users. So if you talk to a lot of Litecoiners, I think even like Master, I think Master joined in 2017 if I'm not mistaken, and like a lot of us joined in 2017, and it was because Litecoin had a huge run. I think it went from like $3 to like three something, 300 something that cycle, and so many new users entered
Wow.
and stayed, right? So price is definitely important in that regard, that people will enter the community and some of those will gamble and they'll exit, but others will stay and they'll build like Master has as an example. So I think that that is important and probably one of the reasons why Bitcoin has had so much infrastructure being built for it as well, because price has just continued to go up and up. But the easy
That's
thing
true.
for like the good thing about Litecoin is that because it's so similar to Bitcoin, all this infrastructure that's already built out for Bitcoin, it'll be really easy for people to just add Litecoin to like hey, well, we're this bank and we just have Bitcoin. We'll just integrate Litecoin, like just like a few lines of code. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but it's very easy
Of
for
course.
businesses to just, and that's why Litecoin is accepted on so many crypto ATMs because it's so similar to Bitcoin that they just figure, oh, let's just add Litecoin. It's just so easy to do it. So there'll be more of that for sure.
Hmm. That's actually very yeah, that's actually very true. I think Litecoin has that yeah, it's that's another like Litecoin has a lot of benefits. It's another benefit Litecoin has being able to take advantage of whatever adoption is happening with Bitcoin, and it's just easy, no cost. You can just at no cost you can just add Litecoin as well. And yeah, I really do like that. So I just want to say we're gonna be ending the stream in about 15 minutes, if that's okay, so we
Yeah.
can sort of like keep the conversation. I don't know, you probably have important things you want to do. So yes, yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at that. I'm optimistic for a situation where we have enough price expansion, because I'm really looking forward to price expansion that happens over a significantly long stretch of time, so that we can be able to build even more and kind of like expand the adoption in a meaningful way. I wouldn't want, the Zcash type of pump is cool, right? But if I wouldn't want something like that, but then it doesn't sustain, because it's just going to be shock and awe, and that's it, right? I mean, you could imagine a situation, a scenario where like coin goes, boy. I mean, imagine a scenario where like coin goes to like 4 grand in like I don't know 3 months, and then it comes back down. I mean, 4 grand is going to be very high, so I don't see us coming back down. I think it's still going to be very significant, but yeah, you know what I mean. I'm just hoping for something that's going to like take time, uh, so that we can have enough time to build, uh, expand the adoption and expand, and something I'm also trying to incorporate as well is eventually I'm trying to create a little creators community where video creators like myself, we can come together and we can sort of like have this interconnectivity between each other, where we can communicate with each other, share resources, help each other build and help each other grow, so that we have this ecosystem of creators that are united and sort of like working cooperatively. So whenever expansion happens, it's going to be very easy for us to be able to onboard even more video creators into the Litecoin ecosystem. And it's going to be it's something that's going to be much, it's going to be very sustainable, right? Because then we are people that are coming together. We have this culture that is helping people to join, and we can help them, we that are already, that have been creating for a little bit, we can help them get up to speed, we can collab with them, and that kind of makes them feel more comfortable, make them create even more, and build their platforms as well. And that can kind of like expand into a point where we're going to have a generation of creators that because of how we were able to integrate and all of us were able to cross collab, these are people that are going to still be making Litecoin content into the foreseeable future. And that is something that I'm starting to look forward to create it, because I believe that that's going to be my little way of helping make whatever price expansion that we're going to experience in this space, helping make that a bit more permanent, you know trying to use that opportunity to create this community of creators that are going to still be here, still grinding and working for Litecoin, whenever we get into the next boring phase. And it's just going to help the ecosystem grow even better. And I'm really hoping that we can also have other things like that in other sectors where we can do you have any other ideas of things like that that we can implement?
Yeah, I mean, anything that involves organizing the community, I think, is good. And so I think this year has probably been the most organized I've ever seen the Litecoin community. And like people kind of like helping each other out, sending comments to one another, giving each other feedback, that kind of stuff. Like, and you've been a big part of that too. Where like that whole circle, that's just like building content. And I mean, honestly, at first it's like tweaking, right? Like trying to see what works, what doesn't work, and then but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
as you make each video, and then you'll be able to pass that advice on to other new people that are barely trying to get started. Like what you've noticed has worked out, and it's just gonna become like this wildfire movement where it's gonna be more and more people, right? Just little by little building it
Yeah,
up. So
yeah.
and also it's and also like what you're doing is awesome. So thank you for these
Appreciate you.
videos and for
Appreciate you.
educating, because it's much needed.
Yeah,
And
appreciate you, man.
in
Appreciate you for telling me that. You're
in
say something. I caught you.
in 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 Nigeria, is there a pretty big crypto community?
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of moon boys here. There are a lot of moon boys here,
Okay.
right? Everyone's trying to make a lot of money, speculating on these coins, right? So that's
Right.
the adoption of crypto is. I mean, crypto kind of gives the type of returns that is very compatible with a third world country like Nigeria, where earning capacity is very limited, right? And so what crypto does is it gives you, people are very impatient with capital in third world countries, because we have to you have to think about what you're going to eat tomorrow, right? And the money that someone might want to invest inside anything is most likely money that you're going to need in like 3-4 months, and or even shorter. And so that's why forex really took off 2020 2021, because like people saw all of these trading platforms that they could go inside and they could just throw like a couple, $100 inside, and they could just make like $1,000 $2,000 in a split second with high leverage. So crypto kind of like provides that possibility. So of course the culture of speculation in Nigeria is still very very heavy, but on the long term investment part, it's not that great, because and it's just like, I mean, who can blame them, right? The more I think about it, who can blame anybody? It's not particularly the best place to make money. So people really need their money in short time, and yeah, it's the patience to invest is just not really there. So most people, their idea of investing over here is real estate. You just buy a house,
Okay.
you rent it, when you have the capital. It's pretty safe. You don't gamble too much, you don't risk too much, because you might need that money anytime. So you might need to sell that house anytime in case the problem arises. So yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
the people don't even really invest in Nigeria stocks that much.
No.
Actually, the stock market is not really great.
Mm-hmm.
So
So it's
hopefully
more looking at
eventually.
it's more
Yeah,
looking at like foreign options. And I guess that makes sense that people would want to invest in crypto, right? I mean,
yeah,
because of that like rapid multiplication factor, right?
exactly. I knew a guy that made a lot of money from Dogecoin, because I bought ETH when ETH was about $130. Literally, 2020 pandemic close was when I first bought ETH, about 130 something bucks. So yeah, that was a very good price to get ETH
Yeah.
because it was this MLM crypto coin that I had bought in with my family because it was a business that I used to work in with my mom. It's Edmark, and so they were trying to create their own crypto coin, and then my dad put money in it for us, and I ended up figuring out that these dudes, they didn't even list the coin. They did not list the coin. They legitimately took people's money, and they did not list the coin. They did not. They just created a fake exchange where they were just manipulating the price, and you couldn't even trade it. Yeah, because the price was always 0.22 or 0.18. You could, like, it was like one of the dumbest thing they could possibly do. I don't even know how they managed to get away with it, honestly, because that's just criminal. And so when I got on their platform, I first of all tried trading it because like it's always 0.18 or 0.22. So I get at 0.18 and sell at 0.22. And I was doing that, I was making a little profit. And I think they caught on, and somehow I'll buy at 0.18 and I'll sell at 0.22 and I'll make a loss. And I didn't know how. I didn't know how that was even possible. And so I
Yeah.
looked at it and I was like, okay, you guys are freaking scumbags. Give me my money. And I raised hell until they gave me my money back. And I took all of that and put it in Ethereum. And so Ethereum did really well for me, but someone else did Dogecoin. And boy, he made a lot of money. A lot of money from Dogecoin, like a lot of money, life changing money. So yeah, 2021, good times. I mean, we didn't have that type of bull market again this 2025, but hey, at least I found Litecoin. And at least I what I enjoy about now is that I'm taking my time to build a platform for myself, and eventually the future of flipping finance, we're going to be talking about macroeconomic topics because I'm trying to learn about economics of the world at large, and these are things that I want to talk about. And so whatever I'm talking about crypto is just going to be Bitcoin, Litecoin. And that's why I'm very happy that I'm getting to grow the foundation. I'm trying to build the foundation on Litecoin, is because then I don't have to bother myself about the revolving door of grift coins or expose whatever audience I eventually get to all of that nonsense, so they can just understand digital gold and digital silver, and we can have the broader economic conversation. And so those are the things that make me very excited about the way things are now. So I feel good here, man. Honestly, I feel good. And you guys are very wonderful. Honestly, Litecoin community, really appreciate every single one of you. Appreciate you. Appreciate CryptoCon. Appreciate Axtech. Appreciate Master. Master is such a sweetheart, bro. Like Master is always he's always rooting for me. He's always trying his best to, he's just a very good person. Honestly, really appreciate him. Appreciate David as well on the foundation. Appreciate Matt. Appreciate Bog. Appreciate I don't know. I can't even name all. Everyone's just very nice. Everyone is just super accommodating, super encouraging, and I do believe that I believe a lot in this community. I believe a lot in this community. Honestly, I really do, and I really appreciate what we're building. I do, and I feel proud. Being a part of this, I really do feel proud of it. I'm getting a little emotional, but that'll be gay.
It's all good. It's all good. Let it out.
Nah, I'm probably gonna get canceled for what I just said. But hey,
That's awesome. That's awesome. Let it out.
yeah, man,
Uh, Thank you,
appreciate
man,
you for coming to join me, man.
thank you for having me. And hopefully one day we'll meet in person. Maybe Sunday. Maybe if I ever go to Nigeria or something. One day.
Oh, you're gonna take that very risky journey to Nigeria.
That's all right.
Well, I mean, you probably. I mean, I don't know. How was Mexico, by the way? Because I know you. I think there's a little bit of similarities considering both countries are, they have their bit of they're tense. It takes the
Uh,
strong to survive. Kinda.
yeah,
I
I
don't know if
mean,
I'm getting that right.
Mexico is. I mean, it's typically safe as long as you're not involved in anything criminal. I mean, yeah, you hear
Yeah.
a lot about like the cartels and the murders and all that, but it typically happens between the people who are doing that stuff, like cartels between
Oh.
cartels. I mean, sometimes you can be unlucky and very unlucky and actually fall between one of those cartel battles, which is rare, but But I mean, overall, you shouldn't have a problem as long as you're not involved in anything or you're not doing anything stupid like waving money in public or something like that. Uh,
Yeah. That's
so
actually pretty interesting because it's similar to Nigeria because like most places. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say it's super safe in most places here, but I mean like 95% of people that are here are okay. I mean we've been having our rising wave of insecurity with everything that's going on, but I try not to focus on the negative too much because I mean if I do that then how many percent of my time am I gonna focus on positive things? I want to focus on positive things more positive energy.
yeah, you're gonna get gray hairs if you think too
I,
negative.
yo, like for real, I'm gonna like I'm ready. This is gonna like double, like it's gonna fall. All of this is gonna come out. Like if I start
Yeah.
thinking about that too much.
you're,
Oh, so are
you're
you
you're
gonna
gonna
be in
you're
the
gonna change the
Litecoin?
country.
Simon, me? No,
Yeah, not you.
no, no,
That's
not
not in the
me.
works.
No, no, not in the works. I've given up. I really have.
Okay.
It's a culture thing. I can't change a culture. I mean, it's not a leadership problem. People say it's a leadership problem, but we have been consistently selecting the wrong leader since 1999. Come on, it's a culture problem. I can't change a culture, and all I can do is hope for the best at this period. I mean, we had this 2020 end source movement. I know it went very global, where some people were shot at while protesting peacefully, actually, and that was the day my fate in Nigeria died. Because till today, nothing has happened to those that orchestrated that massacre. Basically, nothing has happened. Not even one, not one person. It happened very publicly, broadcast to the world. Nothing happened, and basically, no one cares. So I'm like, I'm I'm not gonna fight that fight. Okay, I can change the world, one Litecoin at a time. I'm probably better off just doing that as opposed to trying to fight a battle that is something that is very deeply cultural, and you don't even realize how the problem is cultural when you're in that frame of mind until you step away from the frame of mind and look at it right in its totality, and not a lot of people are doing that. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that, honestly. I just have to I don't know, focus on making a difference in the way I'm doing it, which is the way of promoting sound money and sane principles, the way that Litecoin is doing, which I'm really appreciating.
Yeah. You're on a good journey, Rafael. You got this. You got
Yeah, I
this.
appreciate that. We got this, bro. We got this. We're all gonna win in the end. We
Yeah.
got this. All right, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Is there anything you
Thank
want to
you.
say? You want to give
Thank you,
like a
Rafael.
final words?
Uh, just everyone stay patient. If you're feeling in doubt because of the market and everything, I mean, this is like we were saying earlier. This is a long-term game. I think people need to step out of like the cycle mentality of like every 4 years, like trying to time a top and dump it. Like, I think we have to start thinking more about this like throughout our whole lives because I mean, Litecoin's not going anywhere. It's gonna outlive us all. Like, imagine having sold in 2026 and Litecoin's still alive in 2050, in the year 2050. Like, what's it going to be worth that in 30 years? You're going to think about having sold in 2026. Like, what the hell? Like, I mean, this is a long term game, so just stay focused, just avoid the negativity, like you said, and just trying to stay positive, like you said, focusing on good stuff, on the vibes.
Yeah, focus on the vibes. Anyways,
Yeah.
man, appreciate you for showing up today. You are an
Thank you, Rafael.
absolute G, and looking forward to having another conversation with you another time. Because like
Yeah, for
the
sure.
Light Hour live stream, super accessible to anybody, anytime. It's a community platform where we get to talk about anything whenever anybody wants to talk about it. So I'm sure we're gonna be having you sometime later. If you wanna join, if you wanna come anytime, you just let me know. And also I'm still gonna invite you, you know, whenever, maybe after a little bit.
Thank you, Rafael. I appreciate it.
All right. Appreciate you, Aldo.
Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye bye. You're welcome.
Bye.
Oh my God, that was so great. That was so nice. That was actually a very good conversation. I wasn't expecting it to go that good, actually, because I'm not feeling too great today. Because I mean, you can see my face is all broken up. Look at my face. My face is all broken up, right? And it's because like I spent the entirety of yesterday night playing game, and I was playing soccer match with my bro all the way to literal 11 a.m. Like I literally slept in the afternoon. It's like a world record. My personal record for sleeping late was what I did. And so I thought this was not gonna go good because I slept 12 p.m. and I just woke up super late. I literally had my breakfast 8 p.m. in the night. So I was very scared this won't go good, but it went very good. Yeah, Master said it was you. Master, you're such a G, man. Master's always supporting. Master, appreciate you, bro, for always coming to the streams, always supporting. You are the goat, bro. Appreciate you so much. I appreciate every single one that joined the stream. Appreciate you, Aldo, bro. You're an incredible person. Thank you for making this conversation fun. And also thank you for keeping up with the sloppiness of my thought because my brain is not still functioning at 100% capacity. But yeah, I appreciate you, every single person that joined this live stream. I appreciate you for joining. Honestly, you guys are awesome. I really, really appreciate you. Appreciate. Let me shout out people before I end the stream. I'm gonna be ending the stream in like 5 minutes. But I want to do a little bit of shout outs to every single person that interacted in the chat. Shout out to Aztec, bro. Aztec, appreciate you for for joining and for engaging. You're the goat. Shout out to Master, of course, as usual. You're the goat, bro. Shout out to King's Crown for showing up. Shout out to Bog. Shout out to you. Shout out to Keegan Reismar, whoever that is from YouTube. Yeah. Shout out to MK. Yeah, and I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah, shout out to every single one of you. I know the market is kind of very tough right now, but let's all try to just focus on finding the balance for ourselves. Let's try to focus on give I don't want to sound preachy, but let's just try to manage your expectations. Let's try to make sure the market doesn't screw with our heads, right? So that we can be able to focus on what Litecoin really is, which is sound money. Do not forget, price is not value, value is not price. Litecoin's value is immaculate. Litecoin's value is absolute. The price might be doing whatever you want to do, but you know why you're in Litecoin. You understand the principles of sound money. You know that Litecoin is very hard to replicate, if at all even possible to replicate or outcompete by some random VC funded slop. You know the reasons why you're a Litecoiner. In these days, you should just always remember that. Okay, let's try to keep ourselves motivated. Let's try to keep ourselves oh man. Thank you for Master. Thank you Master. Thank you for all of those great words. Appreciate you, bro. And guys, stay positive out there. Honestly, things are gonna work out at the end of the day. I know the market is absolute crap right now, but things are gonna work out. I believe so in my heart. I believe things are gonna work out. Honestly. So yeah, I'm gonna be ending the stream in about 20 seconds. If you're just joining us now, oh bro, you've missed the entire thing. Why are you just joining this late into the stream? If you're just joining us, you've missed the entire conversation. You need to watch the replay. And I'm seeing the viewer numbers go up now that we're about to watch the stream. You guys have to go watch the replay if you missed the stream. The replay. There's why are more people joining now that the stream is about to end. Okay, we've had the stream. We've pretty much had all the conversation. Awesome interview with with Aldo. You have to go watch the replay if you're just joining us. You're gonna love it. I'm gonna put a little indexing because there was a lot of noise before, at the beginning of the stream because I was having a lot of problem with lag. So I'm gonna put a little bit of indexing to kind of let people know where the conversation starts. So you have to go watch that. Anyways, yeah, I'm about to end the stream. As usual, this is the Lite Hour live stream, a Litecoin dedicated live stream that I host on the Flipping Finance page every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays around 5 p.m. EST. So if you're a Litecoiner or you're someone who is interested in Litecoin and you want to actually watch a show or a space where Litecoin conversation is happening, then this is definitely the show you have to watch. So remember, every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, you need to come to the Flipping Finance page and join us live on the Light Hour show. Yeah, that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining us right now, you are late, and you should go watch your play. Oh, bye bye, 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 b Bye. 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 Oh my god, the stream's not ending. End stream, bro.